What's up, girlies? It's your girl Jordan K. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Vlogmas Day 8. As you can tell by the title of this video, I will be sharing with you guys my skincare journey and how I went from this to this. Basically, what I want to do is share with you guys products that I've used, products that haven't worked for me, what dermatologists have told me, and basically how I took my skin from just totally horrible to at least somewhat decent looking. You know what I'm saying? So first, I want to preface this video by saying I am no doctor, I'm no dermatologist, I'm no esthetician. I'm just sharing with you guys what worked for me in my personal skincare journey. Y'all, not everybody is the same, and that's something that I had to learn when I was searching up skincare routines and what to use, what not to use for my skin specifically. I had to realize that not everybody is the same. So what works for me may not work for you. It might work. I hope it does. So just bear with me. So first, I'm gonna go back to like high school. Now in high school, I never really had bad acne problems, but I always my whole life have had eczema. Now usually I had eczema just on my arms. I used to have it on the back of my legs and my ears. But when I got to high school, y'all, I started getting eczema around my eyes, around my mouth, and it was so bad. Going to high school and it looks like you have a mustache at 16 is horrible. Like, it made me so insecure. I hated it so much. So my senior year, that's when I started going to the dermatologist by myself. Now I have been to the dermatologist before and had the steroid creams and whatnot, but honestly my mom was really skeptical towards this because like the steroid creams really thin your skin out, and that's not good for you in the long run. And trust me, I will explain that further in the video. But she always told me to steer clear, but I just couldn't take it anymore. I tried everything. I tried Aquaphor, I tried castor oil, I tried every single home remedy you could think of. Nothing was working for me, so I had to go to the doctor and get something to figure this out. The doctor actually prescribed me 2 different medications. Now I would have to look up the first medication, but the second one was triamcinolone. Y'all, this is the holy grail, I promise you. But you have to be careful with it because your skin will get addicted to it, and once it gets addicted to it, there's no turning back. So be very careful with that, and make sure you talk to your dermatologist or talk to your doctor about it before getting it, because sometimes it can turn from really pretty to really ugly real fast. So they gave me that because basically my eczema was really bad back then. She said use it twice a day, and that's exactly what I did. So further along my senior year, my skin was looking 10 times better. I got my confidence back. It was just something that I just, you know, held dearly to my heart. At first, like I said, my eczema was around my mouth and around my eyes. So at first I was just using it there. Then if you watch my nighttime skincare routine, you heard me say that in the winter times my skin gets really dry. So in the winter time, I found myself, instead of just putting moisturizer on, because let's be real, back when I was in high school, I wasn't using like moisturizers and having a 10-step skincare routine. I was just washing my face and doing whatever. It turned into me using the triamcinolone as my actual moisturizer. Y'all, do not do this, I promise you, because it will clear your skin up. It will make your skin look really good. My skin was looking really good for the next 2 years, I want to say. So I was using that, and my skin, like I said, became really dependent on it. Once I got to college, my skin was fine. You know, I never really had any problems. I was still doing the same thing. The only thing that I changed was I was actually using like a face wash and a moisturizer, and then I was using my eczema cream on top of it. I was fine. Skin was looking good. In spring of 2022, this was my sophomore year of college, y'all, my skin got so bad, like out of nowhere. At first, it started off with a simple breakout, and I was like, okay, well, everybody breaks out here and there, like obviously. Like at first it started off with a little minor breakout, and I was like, okay, well, you know, my period's coming, it's probably because of that. That's what I thought. Okay, my period came and went. I'm still getting more and more bumps, and now the bumps are not even like pimples. They're not like, can't pop them. It's just like they're bumps on my face. Not only are they bumps, but they're dark. Like, what's wrong with my skin? They were getting dark. They were like coming in like clusters. It was just disgusting. So I'm like, what is going on? Like I said, I was a sophomore in college. Y'all, it made me so depressed. As a girl who, I'm not even gonna lie to you, my whole life I've always thought I was that girl. I mean, I am that girl. So going through that, especially when you're 20 years old, like I felt like the world was ending. I thought my skin was never gonna get back clear. I was so sick to my stomach, y'all. I literally stayed in the house for months. I was so depressed, like, and this is something like so minor, but to me it was important because y'all, I really care about my looks. Like, I'm sorry, like, call it what you want, but I really care about my looks. I want my skin to look good. I want my hair to always look good. I want my nails, my feet to look good. Like, that's just me. Even like if I go too long without having my hair done, I get depressed. Like, stuff like that depresses me. That's just me personally. I was looking up ways to treat this. I was looking on YouTube, looking on TikTok, everything telling me try this skincare product, try this face wash. So I started using the CeraVe salicylic acid face wash. It comes in like a clear bottle. I will try to put pictures down here. I started using that, y'all. My skin instantly got worse. When I used that, it was like my face started itching now. So now my face has all these bumps. My face is itching. Like, what am I supposed to do? So then I keep looking up stuff, keep Googling stuff. Have you ever like went on Google and self-diagnosed yourself? I was literally self-diagnosing myself on Google, y'all. Don't do anything from my past experience, y'all, because I was just doing dumb stuff. Like, I didn't know if I was having cystic acne, hormonal acne, fungal acne. I just knew I had acne and it was bothering me. I had to get rid of it. So then I found this cream and it was like a sulfur type of cream. They said it worked great. I ordered it on Amazon, got it 2 days later, started using it, y'all. It's not doing anything but making my skin worse. Like, I didn't know what was going on. Not only was I getting bumps that looked like pimples, but weren't really like pimples like whiteheads or anything. I was getting like hives, and I still to this day get hives. I really think that they're stress hives, but that's another story. I got these pimples, I got these stress hives. My eczema is out of control now because I don't know what was going on, but whatever I was doing to my skin was triggering my eczema even more. My eyes was puffy and dark. Like, it was just so bad for months. I don't want to tell you guys not to get these products because they may work for you, but they just didn't work for me personally. So then I finally was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to the dermatologist. I grabbed my insurance card. I just looked up the first dermatologist I could find down here in Auburn, and I went to it. I went to the dermatologist, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, the dermatologist I was going to, everybody in there, every doctor, nurse, medical assistant, all of them were. Was nothing wrong with that, but basically she sat me down, she examined me, my face, she touched all on my face, and she basically told me what she thought was the problem. The first thing that she recommended to me was a face wash called Panoxyl, which is basically a benzoyl peroxide face wash, and I think she told me to get the 10% one. Then she prescribed me with doxycycline, which is an antibiotic, metronidazole, which was a topical antibiotic to put around my nose and my mouth because she said that she saw rosacea. The last thing she prescribed to me was tretinoin. Y'all, they sell the out of tretinoin. No shade to the people that use tretinoin, but it just wasn't for me. Out of all 4 of those products, the only thing that really worked for me was the doxycycline. Now, that was an oral antibiotic that she was giving me, and it was working. It was definitely clearing up my forehead. My forehead was the first to clear up, honestly. My forehead and my chin. Yeah, my cheeks still to this day are my problem area. Basically, I tried to stay consistent, but the benzoyl peroxide was just too drying. Then for a while, I was honestly just okay with the way my skin was looking, as long as it looked better than it did before. During that time, I think I just used my Dove Beauty Bar and had a regular routine with that and a moisturizer, and that was that. The January of 2023, that's when I decided to go to a new dermatologist, and I went to one that was at home. That way I could always, go back there. So this time when I chose my dermatologist, I chose to go to a person of color. And I chose to go to her. I feel like she completely turned my life around, y'all. My skin was getting so clear. I loved my skin. Like, it was just getting so clear finally. Basically, the products she gave me weren't even all prescription products. She basically told me that antibiotics work, but they do not work long term because you can gain a resistance from it. So she told me she wasn't going to prescribe me any type of oral antibiotic, and she just told me go to the store and get adapalene gel. She gave me these little tiny bottles of La Roche-Posay, and so I started using it. And guys, remember earlier when I was saying you need to stay consistent with your skincare? You're probably not going to see results within, a couple of days. I kid you not, I saw results within 2 weeks. My skin looked 10 times better. The overall texture, it was looking smoother. The bumps were going away. It was just working so well for me, y'all. It was like, honestly, adapalene, I still use adapalene to this day. It is a 10 out of 10 product. It had my skin glowing, 10s across the board. I tried the adapalene. It worked so well for me. It still works so well for me. She also told me, if you're worried about dark marks, you need to wear sunscreen. Like I said in my skincare video, Sunscreen is so important, and it used to be one of those things where I never really cared about it, honestly. And I think a lot of times black people think that they shouldn't wear sunscreen for whatever reason. I don't know, but use the sunscreen, y'all. I promise you, it's gonna take your skin to a whole nother level. Even if it's winter, even if it's not like super sunny outside, use the sunscreen. I promise you, the sunscreen is a game changer. I went and got black girl sunscreen, kids. I haven't let go since. I'm like 2 years strong with the black girl sunscreen, kids. I love it. This is my best friend. Like, y'all, this is my best freaking friend. I swear, sunscreen is a necessity. You need sunscreen in your life. Like, please get the sunscreen. After that, my skin did an entire 180. It still looks great, and I love the products that I use. But now let's go back to when I was saying do not use the triamcinolone on your face every day. My skin was looking great for about 4 months, and then it just took a turn for the worse, y'all. I swear to God. So it wasn't even acne, it wasn't even a breakout, it was just a full-on rash, and I just couldn't for the life of me understand why I was getting this rash. I couldn't for the life of me think of what was wrong with me. So then I thought back to the first time I went to the dermatologist, and they gave me metronidazole for around my mouth and nose. The rash was actually something called rosacea, which it actually spread from around my mouth to all over my face. Remember when I told you I used to use my eczema cream on my face every single day for years? A couple weeks before my trip, I actually quit the triamcinolone cold turkey, and it wasn't even on purpose. I honestly just ran out, and that's when I realized my skin is really addicted to this. Now, the reason I say do not use this product every day, especially on your face, is because it can cause topical steroid withdrawal, which is very severe. Luckily, I wasn't experiencing this condition in my case. I thank God for that, because if that never happened, I would have still to this day been using that triamcinolone every single day, and who knows what could have happened. When I got back from that trip, I had a video visit with my dermatologist, and she told me that it was steroid-induced rosacea. Basically, because I stopped using the ointment so abruptly, that's what caused my rosacea to flare up all over my face like that. She gave me a routine what to do. Don't eat spicy food. Make sure I'm still moisturized. Don't use any other products besides my regular face wash and my moisturizer. And that's exactly what I did. After a few weeks, my skin actually cleared back up and went back to normal. And I haven't had those issues since. She actually told me that it's okay to use my triamcinolone, just only use it when I need to. And that's why I said before in my skincare routine video that I only use it for like 3 days at a time. And when I do use the triamcinolone, I'm only using it when I have a really bad eczema flare up. So when my eczema is looking cracked or red, that's when I use it. And like I said, I only use it for 3 days max. For the most part, the only products that I use on my eczema on my face are Aquaphor or the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm. Those products work great for me. But when my eczema just absolutely has to make an appearance, that's when I use my ointment. Okay, so that's a little bit about my skincare journey and how far my skin has come. Now let's get into the products that I would personally recommend for your skin. So my first recommendation would have to be, like I said before, the adapalene gel. It is a little pricey. I think the La Roche-Posay version is like $40, but I do think that the Differin gel is a little cheaper. I would have to look it up. Actually, let me look that up right now. Differin gel is way cheaper than the La Roche-Posay. Honestly, it's only about $15. It probably works just as good, but I'm just gonna stick with the La Roche-Posay. My next skincare product that I would definitely recommend is azelaic acid. I use the Ordinary brand, the 10% one, and it works so well for me. I did try the prescription version, which was a 15%, but honestly, it was making my skin really, really itchy, and I just did not like that. So I took a lower dosage, and honestly, it works great for me. I use it sometimes in the morning. I think it really helps with my dark marks. All of these products honestly go hand in hand and work for my dark marks, but that one was a really good one. And also, anytime I have an under the skin pimple, I use the azelaic acid. I promise you, within the next 24 hours, that pimple is gonna come to head. My next product that I recommend is the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm. I think it's the Cicaplast Balm B5. A main part of skincare is your moisture barrier. If your moisture barrier isn't intact, then your skin is more than likely going to have a bad reaction to something. I don't know if you guys have ever put on moisturizer or sunscreen and it stings a little bit when you first put it on. That means that your moisture barrier is actually damaged. I definitely recommend this product for when you want to repair that barrier. Literally within a couple days, your barrier should be repaired. My next product is actually my face wash that I use in the morning, which is the La Roche-Posay Purifying Foaming Cleanser. The cleanser makes my skin feel really clean but not dry at the same time, which I love. Obviously, this is not sponsored by La Roche-Posay, but I swear by their products. Like, they have really good products. Like, they just so happen to have great products. I wouldn't say that they're too pricey because they're definitely worth it to me. I think the most expensive product I have from them is my adapalene gel, which, like I said before, is $40. But even that, I feel like that's not too bad. Next, when it comes to face wash, I will also just recommend going plain Jane simple and using that Dove Sensitive Beauty Bar. I've literally been using that my whole life and it honestly works. I still to this day use that as my face wash every night. Whenever my skin is getting out of control, I just always go back and I strictly use Dove. Next is moisturizers. Now, I do use 2 different types of moisturizers, and that really just depends on the season. Like I said in my winter skincare routine, I use the La Roche-Posay Triple Repair Moisturizer, and that's because it's really cold outside, really dry, and my skin needs as much moisture as possible. But my go-to moisturizer is actually the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. Now, I do use the moisturizing cream and the moisturizing lotion. It really just depends. I'll probably use the lotion in the spring, summertime, and use the cream in the fall and the winter. Last but not least, I know I said this in my morning routine video, but y'all, use the sunscreen. If you don't take anything else from this video, use the sunscreen. Black Girl Sunscreen has the best sunscreen. It doesn't leave a white cast, and even sometimes when I put too much on it and it leaves a little bit of white cast, it literally goes away within seconds, y'all. I love this product down, like, I promise. And for my eczema girlies, I'm just gonna give you guys the gospel truth. This is what all my doctors, dermatologists have always told me. To be honest, you cannot really get rid of eczema. That's just the truth. Like, honestly, you cannot get rid of eczema, but what you can do is control it. Now, me personally, I have heard of like Dupixent and things like that, and I would be open to trying it. It's just I'm not really sure if I'm ready for the whole injecting myself situation. Yeah, I'm sorry, like, I'm still a little kid at heart and I'm not ready for something like that. But that is something that I could possibly try in the future if my eczema ever gets like super bad. But honestly, I still to this day use my triamcinolone, but I just do not use it as much. If there's one thing I've learned is to not rely on prescriptions or antibiotics. Another thing would just be being consistent. I know you want results fast, but you have to give your skin time to adjust to your new routine to see if it actually works or not. So I say give every new product at least 3 months. Unless it's just absolutely irritating your face, then definitely stop using that product. But stay consistent. Don't get discouraged by purging or anything else like that. And lastly, if you can, talk to a dermatologist, because honestly, your skin is not worth going through all the trial and error if you can't figure out what's wrong with it. So if you can, book that appointment, because them dermatologists be booked up. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that I could help somebody out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.